Hey, how's it going? I um I want you guys to walk with me today. I know a lot of times I'm showing my face or showing something, but today I want you guys to walk with me. Um, Kind of a theme that I'm doing right now. So I just want to say this: I'm a father, I'm a friend, I'm a dad, I'm a brother. You know, um, I'm a uncle, a cousin, a nephew, man, a coworker, a whole bunch of stuff. And out of all the things all the titles I've ever had, you know, whether if it's a job or if it's something personal. Um, I'm 41 years old, and I realized something that, as a father, um, I love my children. And at 40 years old, I had to learn something being a child that didn't have my father in my life. And I came to a conclusion, and I'm not going to say this or try to put this down on anybody else or make anybody else live up to what I'm about to say, but this is just for me, and I'm just sharing it with you. And this is just my personal feelings. It's not meant to make anybody do anything or feel a certain way, but I spend 8 hours a day at work, sometimes maybe 10, maybe 12 or more. And then I spend another 8 hours sleeping. And so that's 16 hours, you know, just 8 and 8. That's 16 hours. And then I do other things throughout the day, things that I have to do. And the conclusion I came up with is, I had friends, I still have friends, but I came up to a conclusion that the more time that I spend doing anything outside of work and sleeping is cutting away from my family time. And I had to learn this over a period of the last 10 years. Really, it took me up into this year to figure that part out, to have the enough information to be able to process this. Is that I put 8 hours at work, I put 8 hours at sleep. That's 16 hours. I put another 8 hours in. Where else, right? Well, I for a long time I didn't put 8 hours with my family. And as a young man, when I had my first child and my second child and my third child and my fourth child and now my fifth child, that's the biggest mistake I ever made in life. Because school was telling me to go get a job, people were telling me to go get a job, which is nothing wrong with that. But the amount of time that I'm putting in, that and then going to work is right, but then I have to sleep. And then, hanging out with friends as you get older and you have children, you spend 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, an hour with your friends is cut into family time. And I'm realizing everything is cutting into my family time. So I just want to give 8 hours to my children, to my family first, before work. Before work. Because that's what's important to me now. And I wish I'd have known this on my first child. Because I would have been 8 hours at home first, putting in the work, changing diapers, taking care of the family, and then go to work. I would have took a job that I start at 12 or 2 o'clock p.m. so I could get up at 5 a.m. like I do now, get up at 6 a.m. sometimes or 4 a.m. and be up for that 8 hours with them, making them breakfast, getting them ready for their day, getting ourselves ready for the day. And then I decide to go out to work at 12 or near 12, or at least when I feel like I've accomplished most of my morning with the family first. So that's what I'm learning. And I can't believe it took me 40 years to figure that out, and no one could tell me that. Not a book, not a teacher, not a friend, not another dad. It took my own life experiences to realize that. So now I don't want to hang out. I don't want to go out. I don't want to go kick it. I want to go